Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute and I know I promised every Sunday, but life has just been life. But we'll keep at it. Yes, so how you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. And if it's the first time you're seeing my face, do well by subscribing, dropping a like button, and drop nice comments. Yeah. So today's gist is funny, but not funny. Yeah, from the topic, I know you know what we are talking about. Well, yeah, it's funny but not funny. And what inspired me, well, it's funny but not funny. And what inspired me to share this topic today is that I've been following this woman. Let me not call her a lady, she's a woman on Instagram and TikTok. I've been following her gist. I don't know if you bumped into her. She calls herself Soniba. I guess that's her name, but on TikTok, and on Instagram, she's called Live of SG. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but she calls herself Soniba. And she used to talk about her secondary school experience. I used to think I kind of had a traumatic secondary school experience, but this one I feel from her GS1 to SS3, the experience was never ending. Believe you me. I'm going to drop a handle, so go and watch. Start from the down, don't start from the first video. Go down, then start up. So you see what I'm saying. Like, it hits. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about how I got pregnant in secondary school and I didn't know that I was pregnant. Yeah. But don't scroll, don't jump. Let me start. So I went to 3 secondary schools before I went to university, and all were in Kano City. I went to 3 secondary schools. So the first one was Faith International College, where I did GS1 and first term, second term GS2. Then I went to St. Bartholomew, Usasa Zaria. Yeah, not all in Kano. I went to the boarding house. So I went to St. Bartholomew, Usasa Zaria, and I did repeat GS2 there, but I didn't do the GS3. I did GS2 third term. You know, from Faith International, I did GS1, GS2, first and second term. Then when I went to St. Bartholomew, I did third term GS2, which I repeated, then did an entire session GS2. So all I did in that school was GS2. Then I was moved to Yanduse College back in Kano, which was where the trauma happened. So I came to Yanduse College in 2009-ish. Yeah, I joined in 2009. Then I was in GS3. So, and the school is divided into 3 sections. The primary section, the junior section, which is GS1 to 3, and the senior section, which is SS1 to 3. So I joined them in GS3. So I spent 1 year in the junior section. Then I moved to SS1. So my SS1 was going well. I had amazing friends, you know, just sweet classes, sweet life. So then I was training for basketball. Yeah, if you don't know, once upon a time, I used to be a basketballer. Yeah, once upon a time, I used to be a basketballer. Yeah, these 10 years now, I stopped playing basketball. These 10 years now, I stopped playing basketball because I know I stopped playing in 2015. These 10 years now, I stopped playing basketball. So then I started basketball training, and we used to have training Thursdays and Fridays afternoon. I even had a basketball ball for rehearsal. I forced my daddy to buy me one. Yeah, it was that. So then we used to have this basketball training every Thursday and Friday, and this time I was in SS1. So there's one specific, I don't know if I should mention his name. Yeah, I'm going to mention his name. It's in the past now, but I'm going to mention his name. So this guy, we went to the same secondary school together, and he was in SS2 while I was in SS1. He was my 1 year senior. And so randomly we started talking. How we started talking, I don't know. But randomly we started talking. He was a very tall guy then, the basketball standard kind of guy. But I don't know if he used to play with us or not, but he was a tall guy. So I don't know how we started talking. Once in a while we would talk, once in a while we gist, you know, secondary school life. So that's how one random day, we were at the basketball court. But on this day, this Thursday, I didn't play. But my uncle used to come and drop me and pick me from school. So he knows Thursday I close extra late because of basketball training. So on this day, I forgot my outfit at home or something, but I shall know that this Thursday I didn't play because I was on uniform. But I went to the basketball court, I watched others play, played with my friends and all sorts. So after they left, I was at the basketball court. This guy, one of my other friend and her boyfriend were at this basketball court. So this my other friend and her boyfriend, they later left. It was just me and this guy. So we're just playing randomly. And he called me and I was like, oh, what's up? And he was like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, why are you asking me such question? It was like, I was like, why are you asking me such question? He was like, do I like him? I was like, excuse me. That was like the weirdest toasting technique I ever had in my life. Do I like him? And I was like, at the same time, no. But why are you asking me such question? And he was like, why are you always doing as if you like me? He asked me, that why am I always doing as if I liked him? And I was like, excuse me, I'm going. And on going, I just like, guy, leave me alone. And as I was leaving, he just came and grabbed my ass from behind. And I was like, are you mad? Are you crazy? Are you stupid? I felt the mistake I made that day was not, let me not cut the gist. So, and as I left basketball, so this my friend that was with her boyfriend. This her boyfriend was in SS2. We were in SS1. And this my friend saw that my friend's boyfriend noticed how my countenance changed coming from the basketball court. And so he was like, then he used to call me Mama. He was like, Mama, what happened? And I was like, this was what this guy did. He was like, don't be angry. Just sorry. So that's how he went to meet the guy that, why would you do such a thing? What kind of nonsense is that? And also, guys talk. But this guy apologized to me. This my friend's boyfriend apologized to me. And so I left it. So my uncle came to pick me and he noticed that, okay, I was not talking in the car. I just went mute. And you know when everybody knows that you are much of a talker, you know, like, oh, you're always bubbly. And I was just, and he was like, what's the problem? What happened to you? Why, what's wrong with you? Did you fight? Because then I was always a very good non-fighter. So he was like, did you fight? What's wrong with you? I was like, no, I didn't fight. And he was like, well, what happened? So I told him what happened. And he was like, what? Just like that. I said, yes, just like that. He was like, you know what? When you get to school tomorrow, report this matter, report this incident. And I was like, okay. So the next day in school, I called we had an agric teacher, Mrs. Audu, a maths teacher, and the literature teacher. So I guess the literature teacher was our disciplinary master, Mr. George, Freke George. I can't forget him. So I remember I went to report this incident to him that was on Friday. So when I went to report it to him, he was like, who was there? I was like, nobody was there, but it happened. And he was like, okay, he called the guy. So when he called the guy, he told the guy to come and kneel down. And he told the both of us to kneel down. That this was what I reported. And the guy went on and on. He denied that it was a lie, that I was the one that insulted him. I told him that he didn't have a brain. I told him it was a lie. Like he told him that I was lying. I almost wanted to faint that morning. I thought I'd seen the trauma of my life. The funny part was that it never clicked in my head to call that my friend's boyfriend as proof that I reported to him and they spoke. It never clicked that I should call this guy now. Maybe I told this guy yesterday and he called him. He definitely confessed to his friend. So I was like, so that's how our Greek teacher now came. That Mrs. Audu. Mrs. Audu was not like, when you always be wearing short skirts, when your skirt is always too short, why won't they grab your ass? I was like, Ma, what did you just say? So I really felt terrible that Friday. I was not myself. Then our math teacher came. Not my direct math teacher, but he was a math teacher in our school. They usually call that man Mr. Alex or something. That's how the man came. Oh, when you're going to basketball court too, you're always on shorts. Why wouldn't they grab your ass? When you're dressing decently, why would they grab your ass? I'm like, I won't lie to you. I felt as if the floor should open and swallow me on this day. I just kept going down. My morale went down. Some of my friends called me like, oh, don't be angry. Just let it go. Just leave it. Some people were like, why did you go and report some things? I just later that day, when everybody know your personality, that you're always a happy person, and you just decided to detach yourself, it's like, was it a bit? So, I just, the whole of that Friday, I was not myself. I came home, I couldn't sleep. Like, I remembered my mom slept in my room and I couldn't sleep. Like, she woke up, she literally saw me seated on the bed. I couldn't sleep at night. I don't know why. Like, was it the way the guy denied it, or I was being blamed? I felt terrible. I felt really, really, really terrible. And my mom was like, I should tell her the truth. When my mom saw me that I was not sleeping at midnight, my mom was like, because my uncle had told my mom when we go home. So my mom was like, I should tell her the truth. Did anything happen aside that? I was like, no. Then why am I having sleepless nights? So she literally asked me if he raped me. I was like, no. I was like, then what's the problem? Why are you not sleeping? Why are you not? My mom felt maybe okay, because my mom wanted to come to school, and but later my mom felt maybe the whole school knowing was getting me traumatized. Mom was like, okay, you know what? I won't come to your school. Whatever the school say, let it slide. People should just leave it. So I remember that Friday, the man had said that we should write a letter. He said we should write a news of everything that happened. So I'll come and read my part on the assembly ground. This guy will come and read his part on the assembly ground. Everybody's part of the story. Now it's becoming my word against his word against mine. And I was feeling terrible, like, God, why is this happening to me? Why am I having to go through this? So I remembered on Monday I got to school very early. When I got to school early, some people were already like, shh. I was like hearing it's kind of like you're entering the school and you could hear people mention your name. You could hear people bubble your name. And I was like, what's going on? So my friends are calm. My friends was like, how am I feeling? I was like, I'm feeling good. As of this day, this Monday morning, before assembly, believe you me, I passed out. I literally passed out. I fainted because of the whole thing. I didn't sleep over the weekend. They were talking, like, I literally passed out on a Monday morning in school. I fainted, I passed out. So I remember my school rushed me to the hospital nearby, because I remember that hospital was even owned by my classmate's mom. So they took me to the hospital. It was even my classmate's mom that saw me there. She gave me injection, made sure I was fine. So they called my parents, and my uncle came to pick me. When my uncle came to pick me, they took me to our family hospital. Though my uncle had already told them that he had already given me so the hospital told my uncle the treatment they had given me prior. So when my parents and my uncle came to pick me, they took me to the family hospital, just make sure checked everything was fine. So the doctor was like, maybe it's just like I didn't sleep all through that weekend. That was why I was fainting, the stress and all. So I remember that I go home, I was still not myself. My mom was forcing me to eat. My mom was begging me to eat. And then my best friend called me, my best friend then. And so Ebitimi, shout out to you. That's how my friend called me, and she was like, Debbie, I want to ask you something. I was like, okay, go ahead. She was like, I've defended you. I've told everybody that it's a lie, but I want to hear the truth from you. And I was like, okay, what else? What is it? What is the truth? She was like, don't be angry. She tried to make me feel calm. And this is a shout out to all my friends. I won't lie to you. Over the years, I've always had great friends. Like, at every stage in my life, I've always had great friends. So that's how she called me, like, I should just calm down, like, whatever it is that she has defended me, but she wants to hear the truth, my own side of the story, and I should tell her the truth. And I was like, okay, what happened? And she was like, Debbie, everybody in the school are saying that you are pregnant. Believe you me, my mommy was seated. I was receiving call then. I remember I was using one very small phone, then Nokia Express Music. And my mommy that is begging me to eat, trying to calm me down, made that I was literally like somebody that was about to die, just went to a full-blown laughter, like, and she was like, Deborah, that's what everybody in the school is saying, that you are pregnant. I was like, pregnant? For who? Actually, she was like, yes, that they said I'm pregnant for Fahad. I was like, Fahad? I said, I reported that my ass was being grabbed. I didn't report a rape case. How did we get here? And she was like, that's what everybody is saying, that because the whole of Friday I was distancing myself from my friends, I was not playing, I was not talking, that I'm pregnant. And I was like, pregnant? She said yes. I was like, okay, no problem. See you in school tomorrow. For somebody that was terribly sick down, I just told my mom that day. I said, Mom, you know what? I'm going to school tomorrow. Mom was like, which tomorrow? I said, tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to school. And she was like, are you sure you're fine? She was like, okay. I said, Mommy, tomorrow I am going to school. So Tuesday, I just woke up. Tuesday, by that Monday, after that whole pregnancy call, I was already back to myself. Like, I need to get to school to be sure. So when I got to school in the morning, everybody was like, shh, talking. So my friend had come, some of my friends, and they just came. You know, it's kind of like you're entering the school gate and everybody comes to welcome you at the same time, collect your school bag, collect your lunch bag. Debbie, don't listen to what anybody is saying. We know that is not true. And we got to class. I was like, it can never be true. Bro, it can never be true. How? Pregnant? Where? I was like, this happened on a Thursday. Today is even Tuesday. Let's assume there was a rape case. How will you guys discover that I'm pregnant on Tuesday when this matter happened on a Thursday? For heaven's sake. How is pregnancy detected? Then I don't have much sense of biology, but I know it was too early for them to detect that I was pregnant. So that's how the rumor started flying. Debbie is pregnant, my classmates, people from other classes. The funny part is that this guy had siblings at the junior section and one in primary section. So I remember that I went to the junior section on Wednesday, on Thursday, that same week. And this guy's younger sister was coming to call the other younger brother. And girls in junior section were literally like, oh, Deborah, see your in-law, see your sister-in-law. I was like, in-law? How? Yeah. It was like, that's for her younger sister. I was like, how did she become my in-law? Apparently, someone gave them a rumor that they literally saw us naked, that we lie down on the basketball court and we were doing it. I was like, on a basketball court, hot floor. And they were like, yes, that. The person told, I was like, okay, who is the person that started up this rumor? Till today, till I left secondary school, this is almost 13 years that I've left secondary school. I don't know who said this. I absolutely didn't know who made this statement that said, oh, they saw it. Like, oh, this person told them that they saw us on the basketball court and we were doing it. I was like, on the basketball court, like, what was your proof? Who saw it? Till today, this is almost 13 years post secondary school. Whoever came up with that rumor, I could not define it. So over time, the school didn't even call us back to like hear my side of the story. It ended after that report that I made. No punishment, no nothing. I won't lie to you. I felt terrible. Me and this guy were literally like, I would literally look at this guy in school like I feel like squishing or bending or squeezing life out of him. Like, I would deal with you. It's a matter of time. Oh God. You know when they say when some people say that you are harboring unforgiveness, then what I was harboring was beyond unforgiveness. You know, this kind of like, you literally look at him like, and just wish this building fell down and it fell on your head. You literally look at him and just feel, as you are going, bike should squash you. You literally feel, oh, in the morning as parents are coming to drop, and sometimes the front of our school is usually busy during drop-offs or pickups. And you're literally wishing like, I hope and pray as you're coming down from your mate's car, another car should just crash you. You understand? Like, those were the things in my mind every time I would see this boy in our school. So time came, we left, and then I thought I had ended by that term. I thought that term, yet that thing happened in the second term. Is that second term or first term? So I thought it had ended. Oh, I remember that I fought with a guy in my class the day the guy just randomly looked at me and he was like, Debbie, how are you? I was like, I'm fine. And he was like, is the baby kicking? And I literally asked him, is it the one that your daddy put there? And this guy literally slapped me. I stood up and I bite his chest. I even served punishment again after I reported that this was what he said. You know, sometimes you being the talker, you being the over-hyper person, sometimes it comes to your disadvantage because every time there's an issue between you and somebody, oh, you are the one that is always at fault. You are the problem. You are the one that is always talking. You are the one that is always making trouble. Yeah, those kind of things. So that's how me and this guy fought. I served punishment. He did because we fought. And so I thought by the end of the term it was over. So randomly one day we were in CRS class. Madam Ngozi was our CRS teacher, or Mrs. Ngozi. That's how we're talking. Okay, yeah. She was talking about forgiveness this time, why you should not harbor unforgiveness, why you shouldn't, and I was like, and she was like, oh, that, you know, CRS class, we'll pray before we start, we'll pray after we start, that, oh, do you have any unforgiveness in your heart? It's not good to wish somebody bad. And I asked her, Ma, if someone did something to you, you reported it and the person denied it and nobody is believing you, everybody is believing that person. I said, he even allowed rumors to spring up. I said, if you harbor unforgiveness towards this person, you have not committed a crime. And he was like, and she was like, what happened? So I shared it with her then in the CRS class. And I remember she laughed. I was like, and I said, I remember what now made me. She joined my unforgiveness list then. I remember I now told her that, yes, that. And thank God now the term is over. Nobody saw me pregnant. I didn't have a baby. And oh. And the next thing that Madam Ngozi was going to say is, we can't say, oh, what if your parent had taken you to go and abort it before the term is over so that nobody will know you were pregnant? Hey, Jesus. I remember that I felt nothing but hate towards this woman for that statement, our CRS teacher. I almost wanted to say I would not attend CRS class again because of this one statement that she made. Like, I harbored serious resentment towards her. Like, what did you just say? I remembered then I wished this guy nothing but hell, nothing but evil. So fast forward to 2019, that's 2019 or 2020. I'll try and look for that chat on either my Facebook or my Instagram. I remembered. So that's how, okay, me and this guy said, this guy chatted me on Facebook. I guess it was COVID in 2020. That's how the guy messaged me. And I was like, do you know who you were talking to? He was like, yes. Longest time? I was like, the longest time. So we got talking for this. I remember that I brought up this matter. Like, why did you lie? So and so time. He was like, oh, that was I expecting him to say the truth. That he knew I wanted them to suspend him. I was like, bro, I wanted them to expel you. You know, for a while I harbored hate in my heart. When we had that conversation, he actually apologized. This was almost 8 years later because this happened in 2011, either in 2011 or 2010. That was when this thing happened. And he was apologizing in 2020. So it was over 10 years later. Believe you me, this 10 years later, after I apologized and admitted on Facebook then, I remember it was either my Facebook or my Instagram and apologized. Believe you me, I wanted to screenshot that thing and send it to our school email, our secondary school email then, like, do you guys see that I was not lying? I was like, we've left this school. People that knew about this story has left. The new the new students now, like 6 years, a lot has happened. Like, but I won't lie to you, this was how I found out in the school that I was pregnant. And I didn't know that I was pregnant just because of a reported incident. Was I happy with the decision my school took? No, because I won't lie to you. My school didn't do anything about that matter. It just died that Friday that I reported that they asked us to kneel down and told us that we'll read our side of the story on Monday. I felt sick. They didn't revisit it. They didn't bring it up. They didn't I remember my mom was even like, okay, for my space, she was not coming to school. Even though my uncle was like, we are gonna call his parents and tell them that your son is an animal. But I remember my school didn't do anything. But again, I felt terrible because I felt like if my mom had followed me to school to go and do it, I knew it was not going to die down early. But I felt the fact that, okay, I passed out. That was my mom's fear again, like, let this girl just be fine. So, like, I understand better now. But I really felt terrible about what my school did. Later, my school felt that, and again, I felt my school thought it was probably because of shame. That was why I passed out. Because I remembered there were times when people were like, oh, it was because I was ashamed to talk at the assembly. That was why it was heavy, man. You know, different rumors. Different fucking rumors that I was just like, hold up. How did I get here? It was funny. I won't lie to you, the whole of that term, I was not myself in that school. The whole of that term, I was not myself. It was as if I was going to go crazy. The whole of that term, I was not myself. So this is me to tell you that you should enjoy your life, enjoy your resumption, because I know people are resuming back to school on Monday, tomorrow. Enjoy your resumption. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. And please, your teenage daughters, look out for them. They are crazy people. They are teenage boys that are crazy. Yeah, don't let them be traumatized like I was, because I was really traumatized. So once again, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, a thumbs up, and drop a comment. And if there's anything you'd like me to discuss, drop it down in the comment down below. Bye.